All right, welcome back to Big Bear's Projects. If you're tuning in, this is the third layout update video. As you can see, some things have gotten out of control down here. I'm going to try and explain some of the things that were added since that last video. Last time we only had a simple oval of track, and now we've got a whole plethora of things out here. So far, I'm using some original 042 Lionel curves on the inner loop, and on the outer loop it's Menard's 054. And then I purchased some original 072 Lionel curves here, about 6 of them, just to get this little dog bone pattern in there. And then the rest is Menard's straight tracks. There are some original Lionel half pieces thrown in there, but they are very seldom, as I didn't really need too many. It really just kind of worked out in this pattern. I'll do a video about the Lionel versus Menard track another time. I know there's videos out there, and they're pretty good, but I'll give you my take on the track and the differences and whatnot. But I love the look of the O-scale tubular track. I just love the classic look of it, especially with the trains and the controllers and the way that runs. So far, I can't complain. It's been fun putting things together and experimenting, and of course, this being the first layout, things have changed quite a bit. Like they always say, be prepared to change anytime you're building a layout, especially your first one. And already things have changed from this original track plan I had in the first fit, and you can kind of see it down there. I'm like, man, that's kind of gone out the window with what I want to do and where things are going and how I want to do things. It's been a lot of fun running 2 trains around this track. Over there next to the layout, there's a little bench thing for my toddler to stand up in and watch the trains go around. She loves to tease me and say, oh, I'm not going to touch the trains, but she ends up touching the trains and kind of pissing me off. But she's nice, and she enjoys the trains too. In the middle of the layout here, I've got 2 switches wired up. I was lucky enough to be able to buy some 022 switches locally off Facebook, and at the recent train show over the last couple of weeks, got some great deals on switches. I mean, I think I was able to get about 6 switches for probably about $90, and they're all in great shape. They all came with light bulbs and lanterns and the plugs and controllers. Can't really beat that price. Fortunate to have gotten those deals. I know it's hard to find things online. I just got to be patient and wait for the right time and not just splurge on any random stuff I see online. So far, I got these 2 worked up, and they're operating these tracks over here, holding some cars and whatnot. I was experimenting with some feeder wires to control 2 switches with 1 controller, just kind of experimenting with some future crossovers that are going to integrate the outside and inside loops. But so far so good with insulating pins and derailleur features and all the good stuff that comes with these great post-war switches. There's also some new buildings on the layout. I saw this Rico station online, and I just had to have it. Seeing this model in the magazines as a kid, I mean, you know what's worth. It's not perfect. There's some scratches and some nicks, and I can probably clean it up a little bit and add some more to it, but it's a great addition. As well as this Lionel house with a naked guy on the front, shirtless guy. He's kind of funny. Floodlight tower. It's missing its lamps, but that was really just thrown in to a bunch of station platforms that I bought. Those 3 with the floodlight came together for a great deal. 2 of those are illuminated and worked straight out of the box. And there's another little house over there on the corner. I don't think that's Lionel, but it came with lights. And I'm working about taking out the old stuff I've had growing up and stuff I inherited, just seeing if it works and whatnot. And then you can see these 3 engines that were engines from my childhood that I've been working on, make sure they're ready to go. They've been in boxes for years, but they still run great. No complaints there. My real pride and joy is right now on the layout are these two locomotives sitting right here. On the outside, this MPC era 6-8100 J class Norfolk Southern. Sorry, Norfolk Western. This thing is so awesome. When I saw it, I had to have it. It is old though, and it does take some maintenance, and it's kind of beat up. It's definitely been used and put through its paces, but some basic, maintenance and oiling and lubing and some parts here and there. This thing is running like a champ now in all its MPC growling glory. This Atlantic Coastline F3 ABA is kind of newer. It's got TMCC, although I don't have any of that fancy stuff yet. I'm just still running conventional. But this thing is quiet as could be. This is my first real locomotive per se, as opposed to those other toy ones over there. This thing is awesome. So the track work as it lays is pretty close to being finished on this main level here. I plan to add some sort of mountain scene over here with some elevated track work on this side because there's not a lot going on over here, and some tunnels would be nice. And that elevated track will ride on top of the mountain on this side, and instead of being a dog bone, it'll be a basic oval. So the bridge will come straight across here. This will allow the lift up bridge to lift up so you can duck under, get around, and shouldn't interfere with too much of the scenery over here, because watching these two loops on this side is just really, really cool when you're sitting in the room. So that elevated line will come straight basically over those tools, come across the 054 track, and follow it an elevated line all the way back to the corner and onto that kind of elevated mountain scene.